Hello everyone, here with you again on a beautiful sunny hot summer day. We are firing up once again out of the park baseball 20 for a historical matchup. This is matchup number 104, and we have some pretty good teams for you, some interesting teams as always. Another Reds team from the early part of the previous century, the 1908 Cincinnati Reds of the National League. Fifth in the National League, a losing record, 73-81. Pythagorean record was even worse than that. For the Reds, you can see here a team that stole a lot of bases. Hans Lobert had 47 steals, also hit 293 with 18 triples. A good player in his day, the Swede. You got Miller Huggins there, who stole 30 and hit 239. Feisty player, 14 doubles, 119 hits. But from there, the averages really fall off. Not a great hitting team. They did take advantage when they were on base, but not much from there. John Gansel, John Kane, Dode Paskert, all having subpar years. Only two players actually over 100 hits. So there's your problem with the Reds and why they had a losing record. Not a very good team generating runs. Their pitching, on the other hand, was quite good. Bob Ewing was 17-15 with a very good ERA. Bob Spade pitched 249 innings. Andy Coakley with a 1.86 ERA, reminiscent of the day, and lost 18 games. Imagine that, an ERA of 1.86 and losing 18. Billy Campbell, Gene Dubac, thin pitching staff in those days, a lot of innings being thrown around, a lot of starts, a lot of complete games. But this is what the Reds were, a team reminiscent of their era, light hitting, maybe too light hitting for their age even, and some very low ERA and good pitching staffs. So the Reds, a different type of team. We'll see what they can do as they face off with a team from the 80s, and a good one at that, the 1982 Baltimore Orioles, a year before they would take it all in 83. They won 94 games, finished second in the American League East. Looking at Earl Weaver, who was still the manager. And here's that lineup. Eddie Murray, still a big force at 26 years of age, 316, 110 RBIs, 391 on base. Rick Dempsey, a dependable catcher. Cal Ripken Jr., only at 21 years old, still managed to hit 28 home runs, 93 RBIs, showing the promise he would show for the rest of his career. Ken Singleton, at 35, still hit 14 and had 141 hits. Of course, an Earl Weaver team, not much speed. That's not the way they played, which should make this matchup interesting because the Reds are obviously the opposite from the era they came from. And John Lowenstein hammered 24 home runs and hit 320, an impressive year for Lowenstein. Gary Renicky, a nice utility player they had on the bench, but the Orioles always during this era and Earl Weaver's era had their strength in power pitching. Dennis Martinez, 16-12, pitched over 250 innings, ERA a little bit high for him. Mike Flanagan, 15-11, 397, and 36-year-old Jim Palmer, 313 in his 32 starts, managed 227 innings and went 15-5 for this team. Palmer not striking out as many, but still very formidable on the mound. Tippy Martinez, part of that bullpen, and Storm Davis even got some starts this year. 8 of them, it looks like, and even completed one, as well as Sammy Stewart, who had a shutout. So Earl Weaver using his rotation with some horses, but also some innovation. And the lineup with some young stars for the Orioles should make it intriguing. Obviously, they were a pretty good team, over 90 wins, and obviously they're the favorite in our series against the Reds. Best of 7. First 2 in Baltimore in Memorial Stadium. Then we'll head off to Cincinnati and Palace of the Fans, but we'll see what the Reds can do for two teams that are polar opposites in a lot of ways. Jack Rowan will get the start against Storm Davis in Game 1. So Earl Weaver going with Davis in Game 1, somebody who only had a handful of starts during the year. But managers will make their adjustments for the series. And we are ready to get it started. From Baltimore, Game 1 coming up, Cal Ripken and Eddie Murray taking on the Reds from the early 1900s. Let's see what happens as we head out to start our series. So here we go, top of the second inning. No score. We have Storm Davis on the mound against Rudy Holzwit. We got two men on. Holzwit's going to hit one in the hole. That ball's going to find the hole and get through. A run's going to try to score. He will. And the Reds get on the board first as Dempsey can't get the tag on in time, and it's 1-0 Reds. 2-0 Reds now. Fourth inning, Ken Singleton facing Jack Rowan. Man on first, 1 out. Here's ball 4. So a 1-out rally here by the home side, and Cal Ripken, the 21-year-old, has a chance. Ripken will hit this one too short. It will be made at second. Relay to first will be in time. Double play there by the Reds, and that will end the threat. It remains 2-0. Now it's 3-0, bottom 5. Rick Dempsey with a man on. Dempsey will hit this one up the middle. That ball will get through. So first and second, nobody out here in the fifth inning as the Orioles try to make a rally here. Glenn Cicada.
Strike 3.
He looks at strike 3. Good looking fastball there. Rowan now facing Roeneke. This is hit back up the middle. That'll get through, so this might score a run. Here comes run around third. He's going to get in, and the Orioles get on the board for the first time this series. Roeneke with a single for an RBI. Well, here's Lowenstein with still 2 on. He takes ball 4. So here in the fifth, the Orioles making a nice rally happen here with only 1 out, and Eddie Murray at the plate. Nowhere to put him. Murray's going to lift this one to right. Not going to be deep, however. Making the play out there is Mitchell. Runner cannot score. So it comes down to Rich Dauer now with 2 outs. Bases loaded. Dauer's going to go right back to the mound. Nice play by Rowan. The self-defense catch there, and the game remains 3-1. We'll move to the 7th. Bases loaded this time for the Reds. Holzwit's at the plate against Grimsley. And this is lined to center field. That's going to be a base hit with 2 outs. 2 runs are going to score. The Reds extend their lead to 5-1 now. It's their 10th hit of the game. Holzwit with a 2-run single. And we move to the bottom of the 9th. 5-1 the score. The Reds pitching has been excellent in this game. Rich Dempsey now at the plate. Dempsey lifts one deep to left. This one might carry. It will. The catcher Dempsey showing some power. He hits it out of the park. It's 5-2 now. A 3-run game. 1 out now for Roeneke. As Rick Savage is now up in the relief and pitch. And there's a base hit up the middle. Eddie Murray now at the plate. Murray will go the other way. That ball's going to drop. So just like that, the Orioles, with a big 9th here might be, they have the tying run at the plate in Rich Dauer. 2 outs. 5-2 game. And there's ball 4. So the Orioles have the bases loaded. 2 outs. 9th inning. And Singleton at the plate. Ralph Savage pitching. 3-run game. There's strike 3. Savage gets him swinging. The Reds close the door, and the Orioles leave the bases loaded here in the 9th. 5-2 is your final score. Cincinnati on top. The Reds get it done. Jack Rowan went 5 innings, only allowed 1 earned run. Gary Roenicke 4 for 5 for the losing Orioles, and Hans Lobert 3 for 5 with an RBI in this ball game. 2 errors for the Reds that they overcame. Savage with the save. And in the end, it was the Reds pitching that really did well, limiting the Orioles and getting out of some tough jams to get this win and strike first blood for the series as we now move towards game 2, where the Orioles are going to look to rebound, and they're going to send their legendary ace here, Jim Palmer, to the mound. And up against Palmer will be Bob Spade in game 2, as the Orioles try to even things up here at home for them, and the Reds try to continue their good start. Let's see what Jim Palmer can do. Heading out to Memorial Stadium. So here we go, 3rd inning. Hans Lobert up there against Jim Palmer, 1 out. And Lobert goes deep to the gap in right center, and the ball's going to leave the yard. Lobert, a long home run, not what you would expect, but he got a Palmer pitch and went with it. It's 1-0 Reds here in the 3rd inning. What a shot by Lobert. The inning continues. Shield up there. He takes ball 4. So the bases are loaded. Palmer in a jam. Bob Bester up there as the designated hitter in this game. Bases loaded. Here's a ground ball back to Palmer. He's made it first, but the ball gets away from Murray, and that's going to score another Reds run. So an error there with 2 outs that would have ended the threat. Doesn't come to fruition. Here's McLean now as the inning continues for the Reds. And now they take full advantage, but Murray makes a nice play at first to end the inning. But 2 runs put on the board here, 1 due to the error by the Reds. We move bottom 3. Gary Roenicke facing the Reds here, and he takes ball 4. So we got runners on 1st and 2nd. Up Spade on the mound facing John Lowenstein, 1 out. Lowenstein misses his opportunity and strikes out on a 1-2 pitch. And Eddie Murray at the plate. Murray is pitched around, and that's ball 4. So the Orioles have the bases loaded, 2 outs, and a big chance here for Rich Dower. And Dower ripped one to left. That's going to drop. 1 run in. 2-1 now as Dower comes through on a hard single to left field. Ken Singleton now has the opportunity with 2 outs. Singleton will lift this one to left, but that should be playable. It is. Baskert has it. 2-1 score now as we move on to the 4th. Lobert back up there who homered earlier. 1 out, 1 on. And Lobert does it again. Deep to right. This ball is going to drop over the right fielder's head. Lobert's heading the 3rd. A triple for Lobert. It is now 3-1 Cincinnati. Jim Palmer not having his best game here. Mike Mitchell with a chance now to extend the lead. 2 outs. Mitchell lifts it to left, but this should be playable. Heading out there is Roenicke, but the Reds get a run, and it is now 5-1. We'll move bottom of the 7th. Lowenstein facing Bob Ewing. 2 outs. And Lowenstein gets all of this one way back to right. It is gone. Long home run, 482 feet by Lowenstein. And it is 5-2. What a blow that was. But we'll move to the 8th now. It is 5-2. Ross Grimsley up there against Ruby Holswit. 1 out. Holswit will line a single to right. That's going to drop. Singleton couldn't get there in time. Here's Bester. Bester goes the other way. That's going to be a base hit. So the Reds here with a 2-out rally. That is their 13th hit of this game. They cannot score, however. We'll move bottom of the 8th. Ken Singleton against Bob Ewing. 1 out. Singleton will single here to left field with 1 away. That's the 6th hit for the Orioles. Here's Cal Ripken. Ripken goes back up the middle. That ball is going to get through. Runner moving to third. So with only 1 out, the Orioles are going to bring the tying run to the plate. It's Al Bunbury. 1 out. Bunbury hits this one to second. Play's going to be made at first. The run will score. It's going to be 5-3. Ripken moves to second. We'll move to the top of the 9th. Baskert is at the plate here against Tim Stoddard. And Baskert will line a single to left field. It's the 14th Reds hit. They've been very consistent with their hitting. Lobert now the batter. Lobert's going to line a single here to the left field and hands Lobert a double away from the cycle today. We'll move bottom of the 9th. Savage in the pitch against Len Sakata. Nobody out. The Orioles down 2. This is hit up the middle. That play's going to be made by Huggins. 1 out. Roenicky now at the plate. Roenicky lines a hard single to center field, so that keeps the inning alive and brings the tying run to the plate. Lowenstein, who homered earlier in this one, has a chance now. He represents the tying run. Marty O'Toole's the new pitcher. Lowenstein takes ball 4, a good eye there. So now, fans, just like we saw in game 1, the winning run comes to the plate. It's Eddie Murray. There's only 1 out. 5-3 game. And Murray takes ball 4. So they pitch around him. 1 out. Bases loaded. Rich Dower at the plate. Almost an identical situation we had in game 1. He couldn't come through. The tying run's all the way at second base now. Winning run at first. And here's a ground ball to short. Play made at second. Relay to first. That will do it. Dower cannot come through again. He hits into a twin killing. And the Cincinnati Reds of 1908 stunning the Orioles here in Baltimore. They won the first 2 games of the series. They take this one 5-3. Lobert was 3 for 5. Triple. Home run. 3 RBIs. What a game for him. Bob Spade gets the win. He went 5. Larry McLean 2 for 4 with a run. Jim Palmer did not have his best stuff. But the 15 hits by the Reds, the 2 errors by the Orioles, Marty O'Toole closing the game out, and just like that, Cincinnati flying high after the 2 games in Baltimore. They win them both, and heading now to Cincinnati to their home ballpark, Palace of the Fans. In Ohio, it's going to be Billy Campbell for the Reds facing Mike Flanagan. And will the Orioles show any life? They couldn't do it at home. Now the pressure's on away from home. The 90-plus win Orioles having all kinds of troubles with the dead ball era Reds. Game 3 now. To tell more of this story, will it be the Reds who make it 3 in a row? Let's head out now to Cincinnati. So here we are in Cincinnati now. The Reds are happy to be back home. We are in the top of the first inning. Rich Dower, who's had a little bit of a tough series, facing Billy Campbell and a man on. Let's see if he can make amends. And this is hit to short. It's going to be another double play for the Reds. So Dower can't come through again. And the first inning ends scoreless. Here's Al Bumbry now. We're in the second. Bumbry's going to come through there with a base hit up the middle. Running around in third. He's going to try to score. Throw to the plate is going to be late. And the Orioles take the 1-0 lead on the Al Bumbry RBI single. Will Mike Flanagan have something to work with? Here's Admiral Schley up there against Mike Flanagan. Man on. And this is drilled deep to left. It's going to be a long gone home run for Schley. And the Reds have played a different type of game this series. They've decided to take the Orioles on in a different way, and it has worked for them. A 416-foot home run for Schley. And the Reds go up on top 2-1 as they try to extend their lead in this series. John Kane now, we're in the bottom of the third. He launches one all the way back near the scoreboard. Flanagan's giving up moonshots. It is gone. 461 feet. 4-1 now, Reds. They're looking to go up 3-0 on the series, and they're adding on to the misery for the Orioles. Hans Lobert up here with 2 outs and 2 on. And Lobert lines one deep to left field. That's going to get down. 1 run in. Another run around the third. Throw to the plate is going to be late. 2-run double for Lobert, and it is now 7-1. Lobert's having a heck of a series. 9-1 will move to the 7th. MC up there with 2 on. MC will go to right field. This will get a couple runs home for Baltimore. 9-3 the score, but the deficit very big still. And the Reds are not finished. Sammy Stewart facing Lobert here in the 7th. Now Lobert comes through yet again. This is into the corner in right field. 2 more are going to score. Lobert's heading for 3. Lobert on a mission to be MVP of this series. He's playing outstanding baseball, proving they're superstars in all eras. Even if we forget them, it doesn't diminish their greatness. It's 12-5 now as Sammy Stewart's up there with 2 on. Stewart's going to line a shot into right center. This will get more runs in for the Orioles, but their pitching has let them down today. It is 12-7. A 2-run double here by Sammy Stewart. We'll move to the 9th inning. 1 out here for Lowenstein. Savage is the pitcher, and Lowenstein lights him up for a long home run to right field. Whoa, was that ball crushed? 461 feet to right. 12-9 the score in this score fest in Game 3. 2 outs now as Gary Roenicke's up there. Roenicke will hit this one in the hole. That'll get to left field. The Orioles have scored 8 runs here in the last 3 innings and counting, and it's still not enough. Here's Al Bumbry. Bumbry will go to third. It's hooked up. Short play to second. There you go. Game over. The Reds come back home and do not cool off. Actually have no intention of cooling off. The only thing they're doing is streaking towards a series sweep. They are up now 3-0, stunning the Orioles here. Hans Lobert 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs in Game 3. John Kane with a towering home run. He was 3 for 5, also had 4 RBIs. Rick Dempsey, a good game for the Orioles, but Flanagan had nothing. And the Reds ambushed them early and often before a late Orioles rally comes up short by 3 runs. 2 errors by the Orioles didn't help the cause. And this series is going in one direction. It's 3-0 Reds, proving that dead ball still works. Series, of course, not yet over. Dennis Martinez will take the mound against Jack Rowan in Game 4. It's a last stand, a last hope for Baltimore as they try to avoid the embarrassment of a sweep as the favorites. We haven't seen that too often. So let's see if the Reds can pull it off. Or will the Orioles take a first step here in the monumental mountain they need to climb? Only one way to find out. We'll head back out to Ohio for game number 4 in this best of 7. So the Reds going for the sweep here. They have the bases loaded, bottom of the first inning, nobody out. John Kane at the plate. And the ball gets away. A wild pitch there by Martinez, and it's going to get the Reds on the board here. They've started off exactly how they want to. Rudy Holzwin now at the plate. 1-0. Holzwin will go to short. That could be 2. It will be. Double play to end the inning. So good job by the Orioles to escape with only the 1 run allowed. Could have been a lot worse. A Rowan facing Roeneke here in the 3rd. And Roeneke's going to groove this one in the left field for a base hit. So the Orioles tie the game. Just like that here in the 3rd inning. Lowenstein at the plate now. Now Lowenstein will hit it in front of the mound. The throw to second is going to be in time. They can't turn 2, however. So no run scored there, and we'll move now bottom of the 4th for Jack Rowan, the pitcher, now hitting for himself. 2 outs. And Rowan's going to fly one to center field. This should be playable. It is. Roeneke makes the play. The game remains tied at 1. We're in the 5th now. Roeneke at the plate against Gene Dubach. Man on first. And this one's hit the first. Playmate at second. So they get the lead man, but now they're saying the foot wasn't on the back, so they're going to call the play safe at second base. Sakata will make it. The throw is offline. We got runners on first and second for Lowenstein. 1 out. And this is hit to second. Plays made there. Relay to first is not going to be in time. Lowenstein beat the relay. So we got runners on the corners. 2 outs for Eddie Murray. Murray looks at ball 4. He took that pitch well. No 3-1 green light. And it's going to bring up Rich Dower with the bases loaded. Ball gets away there. Wild pitch by Dubach. The run's going to score. Sakata crosses the plate. The Reds' errors are coming back in their poor defense to haunt them. It's 2-1 Orioles. Dower has a chance to extend. But he'll take strike 3. Looking on a knuckleball. The Orioles do take the lead. It's 2-1. Miller Huggins facing Dennis Martinez. Huggins will take ball 4 here to lead off the 5th. Paskert at the plate. He's laid on a fastball, so he'll strike out. Lobert now with a man on third, and Lobert strikes out. So there's 2 outs here. Martinez got him on a sinker. We'll move to the 7th. Man on for Roeneke. There goes the runner. Throw to second. It's not going to be in time. It's a stolen base for Sakata. 2 men on for Eddie Murray. Only 1 out. That's ball 4. They walk Murray again. And the base is loaded for Rich Dower. And Dower hits one high to left. Will this be deep enough to score the run? Here comes the runner. Here comes the throw. Sakata will score. The Orioles will take the lead again. It's 3-2. Ken Singleton now at the plate, and he takes ball 4. So Dubach cannot get the knuckleball to work here with his control, and Cal Ripken has a chance now. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And Ripken will go into the hole. That ball's going to get through. 1 run's going to score. Here's the throw of the plate. Not in time. Cal Ripken with a 2-run RBI single. It is now 5-2 Orioles. We move bottom 8th. John Kane facing Storm Davis. Nobody out. And Kane will single to left field to lead off the inning. Mike Mitchell, the hitter. Mitchell will line a single up the middle off Davis. Runner moving the third. He'll beat the throw. So runners on the corners. Tying run coming to the plate. Nobody out. Holzwit's the hitter. Infield is in. This is hit hard. It is down the line into right field. Holzwood is going to have a 2-run triple, and it is 5-4. The Reds bouncing right back, trying to end this series. They're hammering Storm Davis pretty good here in the 8th inning. It is a 5-4 ball game now. Nobody out. Schley at the plate with a chance now to tie the game. He lines a single up the middle, and the Reds have come all the way back, tying this game at 5 and putting all the pressure now on the Orioles. Storm Davis not even close to being sharp today. Lenny McLean will hit this one over the shortstop's head. The parade's continuing here for the Reds. They got runners first and second, nobody out. Savage, the pitcher's up. He puts down a bunt. Here's the play. No play to be made. It's the 11th hit for the Reds. They've come alive here in the 8th inning. Bases loaded. Miller Huggins now up there with 1 out. First and second, actually. And Huggins will line this one to left. On the run, making the play there. Lowenstein gets the second out of the inning. Sammy Stewart now the pitcher, facing Dode Baskert with 2 outs. Baskert will hit it to third, play at second. A nice play there. Dollar makes it, so we'll hit the 9th inning. The game now tied at 5. And Eddie Murray leads it off. Murray hits this one to right. Coming on over to make the catch is Mitchell. He remains tied. Here's Rich Dauer. There's a single to center. Singleton now takes ball 4. Here's Cal Ripken. Base hit to left field. This is going to get a run home, it looks like. Here comes the throw. It is not in time. Ripken with an RBI single. Rayford's going to score. It's 6-5 Orioles. They take the lead here in the 9th. Dempsey now at the plate. A big clutch hit here in the 9th by Ripken. And there's another single. That one's up the middle. Bases will be loaded now here in the 9th inning. Joe Nolan at the plate. Nolan hits it down the line past the third baseman on the shift. Another run for Baltimore. It is 7-5. We'll move bottom 9th now as the Orioles look to close this one out. Don Stanhouse facing Mike Mitchell with 2 outs. This one's hit to second. Play's going to be made there. Out is made. Cicada with the play, and the Orioles come out with a 7-run 9th inning to win this game 12-5. They finally get the performance they're expecting and will not be swept, but do some damage here to Cincinnati and force now a game number 5. Still a long way to climb back from for the Orioles, but one step at a time. And none other than Jim Palmer will take the mound in Game 5 to stem the tide again and void off elimination. But Bob Spade for the Reds will try to end this series. Let's see what happens now as we get ready for the last game in Cincinnati, where the Reds would love to wrap it up on their home field. No score here in game number 5. Rudy Holswood up there with the man on first. Holswood will go into the hole. That ball will get through there. Eddie Murray's going to head all the way to third. So the Orioles now with runners on the corners in this scoreless game. Admiral Schley now at the plate, bottom of the 4th inning. This is lifted to left. Coming on over, there's the left fielder. He'll have it. Runner tagging. Here comes the throw. Not in time. The Reds will take the lead as Mitchell crosses the plate on the sacrifice fly. It's 1-0. 5th inning for Rick Dempsey. Dempsey will hit it into a hole with a man on. Runner moves to third. We got runners on the corners. Nobody out here for Jim Palmer, the pitcher. Palmer puts down a bunt. Play's going to be made at first. He advances the runner to second. That's the first out of the inning. Here's Cicada with the infield in. Sakata lines it to right. This ball's going to drop. It gets in there. The Orioles are going to tie the game at 1 on the Sakata single. To right field, we got runners on the corners. Roeneke at the plate. Bob Spade still in some trouble. Roeneke's going to groove that one up the middle, and the Orioles are going to take the lead here in game number 5. 2-1 on the base hit by Roeneke. Here's Lowenstein. Lowenstein lifts this one to right. Should be playable, and it is. Hans Lobert now at the plate. We're in the bottom of the 5th. There's a base hit. Runner's going to score, it looks like. Yes, he will. Paskert crosses the plate. He beats the throw. Hans Lobert ties this game up at 2. We'll move to the 7th. Mike Maury up there. Ball 4 inside, so Maury will get to first base here in the bottom of the 7th with nobody out. Miller Huggins now at the plate. Browns are to short. This is going to be 2. Yes, it will be. Double play for the Orioles. Ripken gets it started. Game remains tied here. Hans Lobert back up there again. He takes ball 4. I don't blame him for wanting nothing to do with Lobert. He's been a terror at the plate. Here's John Kane. Kane lines a single to right. And that's going to get down. Runner coming around the score. Yes, he will. The Reds will take the lead here in the 7th. Paskert scoring again. Kane with a big RBI single. It's 3-2. Moving to the 8th. Kane Dubach on here trying to close out this series. Jason Roeneke. That's ball 4. Here's Lowenstein. Lowenstein lifts one to right field. That play's going to be made. Eddie Murray now. Murray hits it to center field. Coming on the center fielder to make the play. He's got it. And Rich Dauer now with 2 outs. Roeneke on first. 3-2 ball game. Dauer hits a shot to center. That's going to be caught right at Kane. And the Reds are holding on to this lead. We will move to the 9th. They are 3 outs away from ending this series. Ralph Savage is in to face Ken Singleton to lead off the 9th. This one's hit hard to center. On the run, the center fielder Kane. He will get there. Nice catch by Kane. The ball hit well but could not carry. Palace of the Fans is a spacious outfield. Here's Cal Ripken. Ripken will hit it up the middle. That's going to be played by the shortstop. Play is made in time. So 2 outs now. The Orioles down to their last out. It's Rick Dempsey. But that is ball 4. So the tying run gets aboard here with 2 outs in the 9th for Jim Dwyer. Savage trying to close out the series. This is lined, however, into the gap. That's going to get down there for a hit. So the Orioles putting a 2-out rally here. Last gasp for them. Len Sakata's up there with 2 outs and 2 on. Will he come through? He hits it to short. But no play. It's going to be an infield hit. No play by the shortstop. It was a tough hop, and Dwyer moves into second. The tying run now is at third. 2 outs still, and Gary Roeneke in the biggest spot of this series comes up there. Can he come through, or will this series end? Here's the pitch. This is lined over to right field. The ball is going to drop. It's going to drop. This game is tied at 3. Roeneke, as clutch as it can be. The Orioles out of nowhere, a 2-out rally here in the 9th inning. They have nobody on with 2 outs, and still maybe more to come. Here's Lowenstein. The Reds collapsing it away here, and there you have it. Ball 4. Savage walks Lowenstein. It scores a run. The Orioles take the lead 4-3. Eddie Murray now at the plate. Murray lines one to first. Unassisted play is going to be made there. McLean makes it, but Baltimore gets 2 runs off Savage. It's 4-3. They have the advantage now. Tippy Martinez up here in the 9th, facing Mike Morey. This is lifted to the right fielder. Singleton is right where he should be. Miller Huggins now is the man. Huggins takes ball 4, so the Reds have the tying run on base. Bob Bescher at the plate. Bescher puts down the bunt. There's going to be a play made there at second. Beautiful play by Dempsey. Picking up the ball and getting the lead man out. Wonderful defensive effort. 2 outs now. Dick Bayless has come on the pinch hit. Bayless will hit this to second. Play's going to be made there, and the Baltimore Orioles come from behind to win their 2nd game in a row. Force this game back to Baltimore. They got 2 in the 9th. Dramatics, they were down to their last out. Dode Pasker 3 for 3 in the loss. Bob Spade thought he had a win. Didn't happen. Rick Dempsey 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored and some good defense. Tippy Martinez was able to close it down in the 9th. And looking at that rally by the Orioles, the base on balls eventually gave him the lead, but it was Gary Roenicke with 2 outs and the bases loaded who came through with a single to right. And that's all she wrote for Game 5. And all of a sudden, the Orioles have turned it around and have all the momentum and a chance now really to do some damage as the series heads back to Baltimore for game number 6. The Orioles looking to come from behind. It's going to be Billy Campbell for the Reds, trying to get his 2nd win of the series against Mike Flanagan, who had all kinds of trouble in his last start. Can the Reds close it out on the road now? Much more difficult, it would appear, after being so close in Game 5. Let's see what the Orioles can do. Will they force a Game 7? Everything on the line here in Baltimore. Let's go live to the action and the dramatics. The Reds and the Orioles coming up. So we are back in Baltimore. We have a crucial game here as the Orioles try to stay alive. It is top of the 1st inning. The Reds actually have the bases loaded against Mike Flanagan. Nobody out. A tough start here.
Strike 3, you're out.
This is going to be strike 3. So 1 out now for Mike Mitchell. Mitchell will hit it up the middle. That ball's going to get through, so the Reds will break open here first. They're going to get 2 runs right in the 1st inning. Mike Mitchell, a 2-run single. Flanagan having trouble again in his start. We'll move bottom of the 1st. Eddie Murray up there with a man on 2nd, 1 out. And Murray will lift this 1-2 left. That ball's going to drop. That's going to get a run in. So the Orioles bounce back a little bit here with a run in the 1st inning. It is 2-1. And now runners on the corners for Cal Ripken, the hero of Game 5. And Ripken rips it in the right center. That's going to get down there. Another run, and it's a tie game. Here comes a run around 3rd. He's going to hold up. So the Orioles answer right back with 2 of their own here in the 1st inning, and they're not done yet. Ripken has really turned it on here, but we're going to move to the 3rd with John Lowenstein up there and a runner on 1st, 1 out. Lowenstein goes and beats the shift here to left field. That's going to be a double. Runners round in 3rd. He's going to come in to score, and Lowenstein gives the Orioles the lead, 3-2. Fans chanting that they now believe that this comeback can happen. We'll move to the 4th. Admiral Schley up there. Flanagan settled down a little bit, but this is lifted to right field for a single. So 1st and 2nd now, nobody out for the Reds here in the 4th inning. Bescher hits it to 2nd. Play made there. Ripken's going to relay to 1st. Double play for the Orioles. They get the twin killing that they need. We'll move to the 5th. Still 3-2 Baltimore. Hans Lobert at the plate. Lobert gets yet another hit. He gets on board here with a man on and 1 out. John Flynn now in the pitch for the Orioles here in the 5th. Flanagan's gone. John Kane's at the plate. And Kane will hit this one to Ripken. Ripken turns it to second. Relay to first. This inning is over. And again, another twin killing will keep the Orioles in front. 3-2's the score. Eddie Murray now up here in the bottom of the 5th against Billy Campbell. Murray hits it too short. There's the play. And he hits into a double play here as the Reds turn the favor. Takada takes third, but he won't score. We'll move to the 6th. Still a 1-run lead for the Orioles. Mike Mitchell at the plate against Flynn. Mitchell will single over the shortstop's head. A blooper. Flynn now delivering. There's a shot to right. Holswood with the single. Runner's going to move to third. So we got runners on the corners now. Nobody out for the Reds. Flynn is pitching now to Admiral Schley, and this one's lifted to center field. Catch is going to be made. Runner's going to hold, so Schley can't get the tying run in. 1 out now for Bester. Got McGregor's come in relief. There's a line shot to center. This one's carrying is going to be caught. Runner tagging. Here comes the throw. The Reds, through a sacrifice fly, are going to tie this game up 3-3. Here's McLean facing now Ross Grimsley. McLean will go deep to left. This ball's going to carry all the way to the wall and gone. Home run. Roenick just watches it go. Larry McLean with a big 2-run homer here. The Reds have put up 3 in the 6th inning. So it's 5-3 now. Cal Ripken up there. Ripken is going to answer. His hot bat continues as he hits it over the left fielder's head. Ripken's thinking 3. He's going to get there. A leadoff triple by Cal Ripken Jr., who's really been a force here in these last few games once the Orioles started winning. He's on third now for Singleton. Infield's coming in. Bob Ewing, the pitcher. This is hit to center and deep. Going back there to make the play is the center fielder, but Ripken's going to walk home. And it is 5-4 now as the Orioles again fighting back. Rick Dempsey now at the plate. And Dempsey hits it deep to right. It might be, it is. Tie game. The diminutive catcher here for the Orioles, Rick Dempsey, and the leader of this clubhouse, comes through with an opposite field game-tying home run. What a clutch hit by Dempsey. It is now 5-5. Here's Cicada with a man on first. He hits it deep to center. That ball's going to get down. The Orioles bats coming to life here, and they are about to take the lead. They answer the 3 spot by the Reds with a 3 spot by the Orioles. 6-5 now. We'll move to the 8th. Ron Welchel is the new pitcher. Randy Holswood at the plate. Holswood will hit this one to the second baseman. A nice play by Cicada. He's played a nice defense the entire series. Here's Bescher. And this one's hit to center. On the run, the center fielder making the play there. Bumbry's got it. So the 6-5 lead remains for the Orioles. We'll move bottom 8th. Al Bumbry now facing Bob Ewing. Bumbry goes deep to right center. This ball's got some carry, and this ball's going to get over the wall. A big insurance run as Al Bumbry hits a home run. It is now 7-5 Baltimore. We move to the 9th. Storm Davis on here to face Dode Paskert with 2 outs. Davis looking for the save as Earl Weaver mixes up his bullpen, and Davis strikes out Paskert. And ladies and gentlemen, this series is tied at 3. The Baltimore Orioles come from behind to win 3 in a row. They win this one 7-5. Coming back as well in this ball game. Mike Mitchell 2 for 4 for the losers. Ronicky 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. Billy Campbell couldn't get it done. As well as the Reds bullpen, especially Ewing there having the troubles in this game. The Orioles put 3 on the board in the 6th inning. Storm Davis to save. Big home runs by Rick Dempsey, as well as Al Bunbury. And just like that, this series is tied. We have not seen a team come back from 3-0. This would be our first one. Can the Orioles do it? Or will finally the Reds right the ship? Either way, fans, we're ready for a Game 7. Jack Rowan is going to face Dennis Martinez in the final and decisive ball game from Memorial Stadium. Everything up for grabs, everything on the line. The Orioles have come back to tie this series. Game 7, ready to roll. Let's head out and decide a winner. So heading out Game 7, here we are top of the first. Lobert up there with the man on second. Lobert's going to rip one, and his amazing series continues. And just like that, the Reds here in the top of the first inning, off of Dennis Martinez, break out in front in this crucial ball game, 1-0. Hands Lobert with the RBI. Bottom second, Ken Singleton up with the man on first. Singleton will hit this one in the hole. That ball's going to get through. Here's the throw to third, going to be late. So nobody out. Runners on the corners here for the Orioles. Al Bunbury at the plate. Bunbury's going to hit it to first. Play's going to be made there. Relay to second. Is not going to be in time. They get the runner, though. A runner will score. Who's Dollar? And run just like that. This game is tied again. Up with the third here for Lobert. Again's up there. And he hits it to short. This time Ripken's going to initiate the force out, but Lobert will beat the throw to first. So runners on the corners. 1 out for John Kane. And Kane will hit it to second. Play made there at second. Relay to first will not be made. We got a run for the Reds. Huggins crosses the plate. Good slide to take out the double play. It is now 2-1 Reds. Cal Ripken up here in the 4th. Ripken takes ball 4, so with only 1 out, the Orioles have 2 men on for Al Bunbury. Bunbury's going to lift this one to left. That ball is a towering fly, but it will be caught. Paskert is there. 2 outs for Dempsey in a clutch spot in this ball game. Dempsey hits this one to right. Should be playable. And it is. Mitchell moves in and grabs it. The Reds hold on to their 1-run lead here. We'll move bottom 5. Len Cicada at the plate. Nobody out. Cicada will hit a ground ball that's going to get through. So he leads off the 5th inning with a single. Here comes Ronicky. Ronicky to second. Play made at second. Relay to first. Not in time. Huggins started that play, but the runner will stay on first for Lowenstein, and the shift is on. Lowenstein takes ball 4. Eddie Dubach is coming relief. Trying to hold off the Orioles. Eddie Murray, though, is going to be a tough out here. Murray lifts this one to right field. Coming on the right fielder. He'll have it. So 2 outs here in the inning. Rich Dower at the plate. Dower hits it to third. Scooped up and played there. Out at second. Lowenstein is out. And that will preserve the Reds' lead here 2-1. We'll move to the 6th. Cal Ripken still facing Dubach, who's in this ball game. Ripken's going to muscle a single to center field as the Orioles desperately need a run. Al Bunbury at the plate. Bunbury's going to come through with a base hit to center field. So 1 out. The Orioles have runners on first and second. Rick Dempsey, the man at the plate. Dempsey, however, strikes out. He can't catch up to it. Dubak with a big strikeout. And here's Len Sakata. Sakata hits it the first. Play's going to be made there. McLean makes it. And the Reds continue to hold the crucial lead here in the dramatics of Game 7. Bottom of the 7th. Gary Roenicke up there. Dubak still in the game pitching. Roenicke hits it deep to left. It might be, it could be tie game. Roenicke with a big home run here in the 7th. Pandemonium here in Memorial Stadium. The Orioles have tied it up at 2 on a big solo shot by Roenicke. Here's Eddie Murray. And Murray goes deep to right. Would you believe it? It's gone. Eddie Murray with a big home run. 3-2 now. Baltimore has taken the lead. Dubak losing it here in the 7th. Crucial couple of home runs here. Let's see what can happen. Can the Reds come back? Tim Stoddard at the helm now to try to close at least the 8th inning down. But this is a shot deep to left field, and the dramatics continue. Kane has homered to tie this game. John Kane off of Tim Stoddard. It is now 3-3. Back and forth we go. Mike Mitchell now at the plate with nobody out. Mitchell takes ball 4. Here's Holsworth. Still nobody out. Stoddard delivers. This one's hit back to Stoddard. He'll make the play at second. Relay to first. Not in time. 3-3 ball game. Game 7. Here's Admiral Schley. Schley will lift the little looper. This should be caught. It will be. Sakata's got it. 2 outs. Bob Bescher up there. Bescher will hit it up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. So 2 outs here. The Reds have 2 men on. 8th inning. 3-3 tie. They've already tied it. Here's Larry McLean. McLean will hit a popper to center. That should end the inning. It will. Bumbry's got it. So a 3-3 ball game. We're moving bottom of the 8th. Marty O'Toole's come in to pitch against Al Bumbry. Bumbry's going to hit a hot shot to left field. He's rounding first. He's making it to second. Bumbry, a 1-out double. Representing the go-ahead run. And Rick Dempsey has a chance now. Dempsey will hit it deep to right. This ball's got some carry. Running over there to catch it, however, is Mitchell. Runner will advance. And with 2 outs now, we got a runner on third. Marty O'Toole facing Len Sakata. Tie game. Sakata hits it back to the mound. Play at first is made, and the out is made. So getting out of the jam here are the Reds. We'll move to the 9th inning. Tied at 3. Storm Davis has come on. Miller Huggins leading off the 9th inning. Huggins will be an easy out. This is going to be caught. Has Lobert now at the plate. Lobert is going to do what else but single to center. What a series Lobert has had. John Kane now at the plate. He was the hero. And there's a steal by Lobert. So Lobert gets in the scoring position here with 2 outs. Kane's already tied the game.
Strike 3.
But he strikes out here. No home run in this instance, and it's a 3-3 game. Now we move bottom 9th. Ralph Savage facing Gary Roenicke. Everything on the line here. It's game 7. Roenicke will strike out. 1 out here in the 9th. John Lowenstein at the plate. We know he has the power to end it. And he rips one down the line here and right. So Lowenstein is on his horse. He's going to make it to second with a 1-out double. The winning run on second base. Here comes Rich Dower now. Murray was walked intentionally. Dower with a chance. He hits it past the second baseman. Here comes runner around third. He's going to try to score. He will make it. Lowenstein is going to score the winning run. The Orioles walk off the game, the series, and they win it 4-3. Amazing. They come from behind 3-0 to win 4 in a row, fans, and they do it in walk-off fashion. Hans Lobert was 3 for 5 in the loss, but it was Eddie Murray who played well all series with a home run here, and Lowenstein scoring the winning run. What a dramatic finish. Looking at that final inning a little bit closely once again. Roenick struck out. Lowenstein with the double. They walked Murray, and Rich Dollar, who struggled, to be honest, for a lot of this series, came through with a game-winning walk-off single. Lowenstein scored it. What a series we had. Here you see Lobert, who hit .517 in the series with 10 RBIs. What a performance by Lobert. Can't say enough about how well he plays. John Kane, 7 RBIs, hit .323. The pitching not very strong for the Reds, something we weren't expecting going into the series. For the winning Orioles, what a comeback. Rick Dempsey hit .400 in the series. Bunbury .348. Cal Ripken .286. Lowenstein 2 home runs. Eddie Murray struggled in the series. The pitching, Jim Palmer did okay. Dan Stanhouse did okay, but it was the bats really that turned it around, because the bullpen had its tough moments and Mike Flanagan had a rough series, but it did not matter. Earl Weaver had his team gritty, ready to play, came into these games down 3-0 and turned it around, fans. You can see here they won Game 4 12-5 easily. They came back, won Game 5 4-3, a 7-5 win, and then the walk-off in Game 7 for the dramatics of this series. I think the MVP, they're going to give it to Gary Roenick, it looks like. 1 home run, 6 RBIs, hit .483. A wonderful series for Roenick. They gave it to the winning side, but my MVP would have been Lobert. Even though his team lost, he was very, very good, beyond good. 15 hits in the series with an average over 50%. But that will do it. Game and series over. One of our, maybe our most exciting one. We've never seen a team come back in that way, but the Orioles did it. So to wrap it up, the 1982 Baltimore Orioles defeat the 1908 Cincinnati Reds 4-3. This was Series 104 from our great entertainment of providing you with baseball historical matchups from our past through the engine of Out of the Park Baseball 20. A lot of fun in this one. Hope you enjoyed it. We will be back with you, of course, shortly. And again, the Orioles celebrating an improbable comeback. Thanks for joining us. So long, everyone.